You don't need to be perfect to be loved. I know that sounds woo-woo, or I don't know, maybe it sounds intuitive. You're like, yeah, duh. But I don't think this is common knowledge, especially if you're a perfectionist like me. Let's get into it. I am someone that is pretty I don't know, hard on myself maybe. Like I don't try to be perfect, but I try to be the best version of myself. I think that explains it better. Like I don't think I strive for perfection, but I want to get as close to it as possible. And if that sounds a little like you, then you want to keep watching. I decided to film this video bare skin just to emphasize my point, and there's a story behind this, so let's get straight into it. This is going to sound bad, but I think I judge people too harshly. I think I judge people too harshly, and that's because I definitely judge myself harshly as well. But I recently met someone that threw off my, what's the word, criticism skill. Hear me out. This person did not fit the mold of what I would count as perfect, right? I don't know, like they had visible quote unquote flaws that, societally perhaps people will deem them less attractive because of those features. For some reason, the more I got to know this person, I actually liked them, like for their personality. And this is not a new concept, right? That, you spend time with somebody and then suddenly you like them, blah, blah, blah. But no. You guys don't know me. Well, maybe you do. I judge. I judge people. I know it's not the best thing, but the reason why I don't feel that bad about it is because I judge myself by the same standards. Like I want to be the best version of myself, like I said before, and not just physically, like professionally as well. I think it's because I've worked in places that are quite competitive, and I still do now work somewhere where if you're not performing to a high standard, you're out. Like they kick you out, okay? So it's partly my personality, but it's also partly like nurture, like just the way I've been brought up. I remember even when I was younger, I think you had to be top 10 in class for my mom to take you out to like have a celebratory dinner. Like when you get your year-end result, if you weren't was it top 5 or top 10? I don't really remember. You wouldn't really get like this dinner. Basically, you wouldn't get taken out to eat. So I always strive to be the best, to be really good, you get the gist. Anyway, back to my story. I actually liked this person, and that shocks me to my core. And maybe it doesn't shock you because you're more of a better person than I am. You give people chances that perhaps don't fit your box, your type, looks wise, and perhaps you're more forgiving of flaws, like they're short or I'm gonna say it, large, or they're stupid, like they're dumb, or they don't have a good job, or whatever the flaw is. Like there are things that society consider less, what's the word, admirable? Yeah, less admirable than others. So I could not believe myself. I couldn't believe that me, of all people, started to like this person regardless of their quote-unquote flaws. And that struck me to my core, and it's actually impacted me in a way that I didn't expect, positively, because now I'm not so hard on myself anymore. I'm filming a video with this big ass thingy on my face. I go out to wherever, go out to work, go out to bars, go to restaurants, without feeling the need to like cover every imperfection anymore. It's so strange. And I don't think I've always done this, at least not subconsciously. I don't think I've always tried to be perfect so that people will think I'm attractive. But I think we all want to be quote unquote liked. And in this video, you're going to see me put a bit of makeup on, whatever. I'm going out to a cafe. And you're going to be like, well, if you think you don't have to be perfect to be loved or to be deemed attractive, why are you even trying? Girl, bye. Or boy. I'm sure some men will watch this video, but hear me out. The fact that I don't want to strive for perfection anymore doesn't mean I don't want to still look pretty. I'm still going to try, because that's not the message. The message isn't that you shouldn't try anymore. The message isn't that you should let yourself quote unquote go or don't put in any effort. No, the message is that you don't have to be perfect. I'm going to give you another example. I used to put like a pretty decent amount of makeup on my face to go to work. And at my job, it's fairly new. I realized that most women there don't actually put makeup on. And I was one of, at the time, maybe 2 people that actually put makeup on. And it made me kind of self-conscious. And slowly, I started to reduce the amount of makeup I put on my face. And one time I said to one of the people I work with, I was like, oh yeah, you know, she said something about my eyebrows, I think I just did my eyebrows, and she said she liked my eyebrows, and I was like, oh, thank you, yeah, I just did them, and I figured maybe today I'll put less makeup on because I realized you guys don't really wear makeup here. And she's like, oh, I didn't really notice any difference in like your usual makeup versus now. And I was like, oh. Like, it was all in my head. It means like if you're beautiful, people still see you as beautiful. And this girl didn't say that I'm beautiful or anything, but it's the fact that she still saw me the same damn way. Nothing changed in the way that she saw me. And doesn't that mean a lot of the time it's all in your head? This little thingy over here, this little thing over here and here, all of these quote unquote flaws, your big belly when you eat. Some people don't really pay attention to it. Some people don't see it. It's because you care so much. That's why you see it. And that's why you judge it in other people. Yes, I said it because I do it too. When I first meet someone, I give them a head to toe scan, because when I look in the mirror, I give myself a head to toe scan. I want to see how I look because I care about how I look. And that means I also look at that same thing in other people. Literally, the less you judge yourself, the less you would judge other people. And maybe you've always realized this, but yeah, it's true. This is like, I have got affirmation of this. I'm going to give you another example of the fact that you don't need to be quote unquote perfect to be loved or whatever. Do you watch K-dramas? Because I do. Korean dramas. A lot of the time in Korean dramas, there's this trope, right? It's always the very rich, like main leads. The main leads are like tall, attractive, rich and everything. They're like the boss. And two things I'm going to touch on here. One is that they always fall for the quote unquote less attractive or less privileged. It's always like the poor girl or the girl that's like very quirky and very like clumsy. Like the girls always, they bring out an adorable self. With that clumsiness, they use her clumsiness and just like imperfection to make her seem more adorable. Basically, they play to that part of her, and that seems to be what the men will like fall for in this K-dramas. You know, it's never the trim and proper girl that's on the same level as the man. So let's assume this guy is a CEO, as they all are. This tall, handsome guy is a CEO, right? It's not the co-worker that's also like on the same level. She has rich parents, she's tall and attractive. She's never really the one that rich CEO guy is attracted to. No, he's attracted to the poor girl or the secretary, or the girl in like a lesser status that's just minding a business and just being imperfect. She's trying to get to the printer and she like trips, or she can't figure it out and she's like messing everything up, and she's just being imperfect in every way possible. And the guy, the CEO, is like, yeah, that one, that's the one I want. Yeah, you. So that's one. But the other part to this is that they also try to give the CEO a flaw. So they start off the drama trying to like show how perfect this guy is. He's very handsome, he's rich, he's got everything going for him. And just to make him more human, just to make it make more sense why someone as handsome and rich and powerful as him would be interested in a lowly servant girl, they try to give him a flaw. And they do this all the time. It would be that something from his childhood went wrong, and that's why he's actually a good person compared to most other cocky CEOs. They'll try to kind of like explain and make it more reasonable why someone like him would be attracted to someone like her, basically. And it's always that it has this trauma that makes him actually more human, and that's why he cares about people. Or maybe like the girl kind of fits his life in a way that is always needed. Like maybe he actually grew up on his own, his parents didn't care about him even though they're rich, they leave him alone, and that kind of story. But this girl is attentive. She listens, she cares, she takes care of him when he's sick. She gives him the littlest like presents that makes him feel like amazing, whatever. So they basically try and say that even though he seemingly has everything and he's seemingly perfect, she fits his life in a way that is always wanted. She's like she's a missing puzzle in his life. She's something that he always needed, and hasn't gotten until he met her. She is the part of him that kind of makes him whole in a way. So anyway, I say this to say there's so many variations of, you don't have to be perfect to be loved, and there's kind of perfection in your imperfection and all of that like woo stuff. But I think the angle I want to go with this is more so that the less hard you are on yourself, the less harshly you actually judge other people, the more grace you give to other people, the more grace you would subconsciously start to give to yourself. Like I said, now I barely, this is my usual makeup now to work, to go to a cafe, to just like do everyday stuff. Unless I'm going out, like to a party, to a nightclub, to a bar, whatever, I wouldn't do a full face of makeup. I do concealers to like cover a bit of the blemishes, to, just make my face look a bit more put together, because we still want to be cute, Remember I said this isn't about not trying, it's just about not trying to be perfect. I would usually put all those stickers, all those like star sticker thingies, the acne stickers, to cover up any blemishes. But now I just put a bit of concealer on it and go about my day. I don't care if by the end of the day you can see the blemish. I don't care if my hair is out of place. It's so freeing. It's so, the things I say to myself as well, when I'm about to leave the house. I know I'm saying like a lot, pardon me, I don't like to say like a lot, but I'm gonna continue my story. Anyway, sometimes I want to fix something and I don't. I actually physically stop myself because I tell myself, you don't have to be perfect to be loved. And then I just leave my house. The first time that happened, I remember I was at work actually. I was in the work bathroom. And I was about to leave the door or whatever. I was about to walk through the door, and there's a mirror right next to the door, so you just automatically check yourself out before you leave. And I was about to fix something. I was like, no, leave it. I was like, leave it, because again, you don't have to be perfect to be loved. And I'm sure you have your own story about you being imperfect and someone else liking you for your quirkiness, for your imperfection, just for your personality. There are so many stories that I could tell if I really thought about it. But yeah, I just really wanted to share that. Like, don't stress out too much. Don't feel like you always need to be. And this is something I'm still telling myself every day. And I look crazy right now viewing this video. I know that, but I don't care. I don't care. And I want to also say something before I end this video, that it's true that people are nicer to people that are quote unquote attractive. That's still a thing. And that's why I said, for the third time now, I'm going to say it again. It's not about not looking good or not looking put together. You should still try to look good and put together, because guess what? People are still nice on average. There are studies that show this. We're nicer to people that we deem attractive. Dogs do it, and I think babies do it. Okay, and babies are like I don't know how to say it. They're innocent. They don't have all this societal kind of like standards that they're trying to adhere to. But even babies, even they judge people based on the symmetry of their face and how beautiful they are. Babies are more drawn to people whose face that they think is, I don't know, attractive or like beautiful, basically. So still try to look cute, still try to look put together, still try your best to be presentable and do your best, be your best, do well at work, all of that. But when you make a mistake, it's okay. Or when you look imperfect, it's okay. When you have a flaw shown, it's okay. So what, your belly is hanging. Okay, that one I'm not. That one I'm still not there yet with like eating and not like having to go breathe in, suck it in. Women do this all the time. Oh God, women go through so much. I saw a TikTok about a child. This girl is not more than 2 years old. She kept like, every time my dad would look at her or something, she would like suck her belly in. And then when he looked away, she would like release it. And this is a child. Oh God, I don't know. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm still not there yet with like, the body stuff. Like if I get really bloated after eating, which I do almost all the time, literally, I could eat a banana and feel bloated. So I'm still not there yet with that one. But I think in terms of like my face or my hair or something in my outfit just not looking right, I'm just like, I don't care. Like usually if I don't like my outfit, that would ruin my day. If I get in my lift, actually in my old apartment when I used to live in Manchester, the apartment lift would have a mirror, and you always like check yourself out before you left the apartment, right? So anyway, sometimes I'll be running out of my building without looking at myself head to toe until I get into the lift, and then I see my outfit and I'm kind of mad because now I'm running late. I don't want to go back and change, and it kind of ruins the evening for me. Sometimes like, oh, I don't really like my outfit, but now I just go with it. Very recently I forgot my lip gloss. Yes, I know, I don't go anywhere without lip gloss. Even now, when I had no makeup on, nothing, I still have lip gloss on. I love a glossy lip. The thing that makes me the most uncomfortable is like not having gloss, like my lips being chapped and dry. Oh, I just can't stand it. Makes me so uncomfortable. And I recently went out. It was sort of like not really a mix-up, but like I knew boys and girls would be there, this rooftop vibe place, whatever. And I planned to look like a baddie. I really wanted to look like a baddie. And guess what? I forgot to wear my signature red lipstick. And I didn't even bring it, and I didn't bring a gloss, so I had nothing for my lips. And honestly, initially, I was bummed. I was already in the Uber. I wasn't going to turn around. I was already getting late to the place that I would have had to pay if I came in after a certain time. So at this point, I was just like, oh, forget it. I can't turn back. And I was bummed for a bit. I was like, damn it, there goes my plan to be a baddie tonight. It's just gone out the window. But then I was like, that's like a silly and flawed way to think. Well, I don't have lipstick or lip gloss, and now suddenly, even though I had a full face of makeup, by the way, suddenly now my plan to be a baddie has gone out the window. That's so silly. And I think even my sister said something like that, like, come on, you can still be a baddie without lip gloss or anything. But yeah, for the first 20 minutes I was like, damn it, I have nothing on my lip, I have no red lipstick, oh, don't look like a baddie anymore. So stupid. But anyway, I think I've made my point, and I want you guys to tell me, just give me some examples of like your own experiences, times when it's actually your flaw, it's actually your imperfection, it's actually your quirk that made someone, attracted to you. Or the other way around. You like someone for their flaw and their quirk and their imperfection, something that perhaps you normally would not appreciate in someone, and now you do, and how that has impacted you. Let me know in the comment section. So yeah, that's it for this video. Make sure to check out every other video on my channel. Yes, everything. My last video was about the state of the dating world right now and how tough it is. I think I tried to sympathize with men towards the end, but it's basically how hard it's been for women right now, because it seems like there's not many eligible bachelors to choose from. So if that sounds like something you're interested in watching, then it should be somewhere around here. I'm going to link it up there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. My name is Angie, and I will see you again in my next video. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. You're great just the way you are, and I really want you to know you don't have to be perfect to be loved. Cut the cameras, cut it. Bye.